I don't usually go into this place very often, but just got to pick something up in here. A little bit out of the routine, so we'll see what goes on. Again, they want to confine you to a strict routine, these people do. Bonjour. Yeah, debit, please. Yeah, merci. Merci. So, notice something there. So the same person who was, as I was walking along, you'll notice, that person walked kind of in front of me as I was coming up here. Obviously, coming down this way, I moved ahead a little ways ahead of her. I was walking a little bit more quickly, and moved ahead of her. What happened is she comes in, I go into that store, she comes in right after me. Then I get the toothpaste that I was going to pick up, and then I go into the lineup, and who comes right behind me? And that same lady. Coincidence? You know, if you didn't know about all these other things, you could say it is, but pretty clear there. And was she even buying anything? I mean, it didn't look like it, right? But yeah, you could see she was walking ahead of me as I was coming up here. And then I turned in there. And then she comes in right behind me to the exact same store there in the plaza. There's quite a few stores here. And she just randomly happens to go in the line, and right as I go up, I think obviously that she was told to wait till I go up to the cash, and then you can see her there. Things like that they'll do because the target will know about it. May sound trivial, but yeah, it may seem like something that's just trivial, whatever, just like a minor, but it's because you'll know about it. If you're awake, now I don't know, if somebody wasn't awake to this stuff, if they were targeting someone who was in the earlier stages or someone wasn't awake, whether they would tend to do things like that quite as often, because that type of thing is more or less done because they know that I'll know what it is, right? And again, they're hoping that the target will say something weird or say something that they can use to twist it around, right? So best just to record that stuff. It's very obvious. So I noticed that right away, because she went exactly right as I started to go up to the cache. She came followed right behind, and she didn't have any products in her hands or anything like that. So yeah, she was given instructions. She was wearing one of those wonderful masks as well while outside. So let's see how many people we got wearing camouflage today too up here. It's the over under on that. I'm betting we'll see at least 3 before I get on the bus. Let's say. No, 2. We'll say 2. At least 2 people wearing camouflage before I get on the bus. That's my prediction. Let's see if I'm right. Hand signal there. You can see him doing that hand across the stomach there. This is here. Probably missed it. A couple of them down there. Camouflage right there. So I told you, I remember I predicted we'd see at least 2 people with camouflage before I get on the bus. There's one there, going in there. You can see him. So that's the prediction. We'll see. See if we can get one more. I think we will. Again, I'm going to put up another video, just a compilation of how many people are wearing that, to show it's not coincidental. And also that it's not some fashion trend, you know what I mean? It's clear that they're being told to do it. Or being given it. Probably it's been issued to them, right? So, we shall see. More camouflage. I predicted 2 before the bus comes, so we'll see. See if we get one more, then I'll be accurate. At least 2 I predicted. So, we'll see. So, you can see no one down here, right? That's not camouflage there, really, is it? Or is it? I guess you could call that. Yeah, that is true. So there's 2 right there. I predicted that. We'll see. We might even get more. I wouldn't be surprised if we get more. So, but that's 2 there. I said there'd be probably at least 2 with wearing camouflage before the bus arrives. So there's another one there. Both sides moving at once here. Nah, such a break. They often have the stalkers wearing NASA shirts. You can see she's wearing a NASA shirt there. She waited there for a minute, got instructions on the phone, and carried on. See the hand signal there too, she made as well. Yeah, wearing a NASA shirt. Yeah, they do that a lot. That's actually in all different areas where the program is going on. People have posted videos showing stalkers wearing the NASA shirt. So they do have them wearing that. But yeah. So there's numerous bits of clothing that they're given to wear. And obviously we know, those of us who are in the know that they're doing that as a form of mockery, right? Like, because NASA is just a total hoax organization, a total scam. But obviously it has Masonic connections too, because some of the NASA shirts, you even see the Masonic checkerboard on them, right? So all deceit, and they're basically having them do that to rub it in their faces of those who are in the know. Because not only are they involved in organized stalking, they're also wearing a NASA shirt. And I guarantee you those shirts are provided to them too. They're not going to have them buy it out of their own pocket, right? But yeah, that's one thing I've noticed on various videos with people when they're filming the stalkers, that they will have NASA shirts on. I've seen a lot of it too, like at least like, wow, have to be like at least like in the past few months, at least a half dozen I've seen wearing it. They're wearing that plaid checkered lumberjack attire. Look at how many people are wearing that, man. That's not random. They're told to wear it. You can see he's wearing it. There's another guy who just went inside who's wearing it there. I mean, people don't just randomly get put on the exact same clothing, right? They're being told to wear that. It's Masonic symbolism, the checkerboard. But why they're choosing the red and black instead of the white, I don't know. You can see so many people wearing that and the military camouflage attire. There's too many of those things for it to be random. I mean, in Toronto, I took footage of how many people had that on, the camouflage. And like I discussed in one of the other videos, there's one specific time when I asked one of them about it, one of the guys who was wearing it. I said I couldn't help but notice that there's all around people are just starting to randomly wear military camouflage attire. And he kind of got, he got kind of really nervous, and you could tell he was kind of grasping for what to say, because he had been told not to talk about it or whatever, right? Or to just dismiss it or whatever, or if anyone spoke to him about it. So he eventually said, "Oh, I don't know, I just kind of like it or whatever." And I said, "Yeah, there's people like all over who just randomly decided to put it on, right?" So yeah, that was, you could tell definitely he was really grasping for what to say when I asked him that. He got nervous, noticeably nervous, and kind of was a little bit agitated. And then, but he did say, "Oh, I just like it," you know. And I said, "Okay." But yeah, you can see. That's why I like taking footage of that too. That shows something's going on behind the scenes where these people have made some type of deal. No question. Because you're not going to have that many people all just wearing the same clothing. That would not happen. And then, you know, like the red is a sensitization. So they have them wearing that for part of the targeting. I know that. But that's about. Now, they don't all know that's what it is. Of course they don't. But they don't all know that that's why it's being done. But so something's up with that for sure, man. Like, I had so many compilations of that too from Toronto, people wearing camouflage. I'm gonna start getting some new compilations of it. And they're doing it all over too. I see people in different areas of the world, even when I watch some of these travel shows. In other countries, they got them wearing it. Now that's another thing you can look at. Now you may look at that and say, okay, whatever. Sometimes people wear the same clothing. Not that many of them. No way. So that's one thing you can look at and say, okay, there is something going on here behind the scenes, right? Again, the people who run these things, to them, symbolism is important. More than words, obviously, right? Or at least it has been for a long time. So clothing, again, it's symbolic. And so that's why they'll have them, definitely the checkerboard, we know what that is, right? But Camouflage right up here, more camouflage here. More camouflage there. No lights on this one at all here. That car there. Both headlights off. You notice often you see that. Usually it's just the one. That one had both. Yeah, both headlights off there. Don't expect him to get stopped, of course, because well, it's against the law to do that, but the people who are supposed to uphold the law don't uphold the law here. So, which makes you wonder why you even have laws in this country, when the people who are paid to uphold those laws don't even uphold them. I mean, might as well just call it lawless Canada. That's what you could call it, because now, of course, conversely, when it comes to taking care of their people, they're going to make sure those neighborhoods are safe. When it comes to the important people, right? They're going to make sure everything's safe there. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. It's the world we live in today, and doesn't look like it's going to change anytime soon for the better. So just have to pray and keep faith in God, and that is what you can do, because it's not going to get better. And all of the groups that they have, all of these groups, like these pro-freedom groups and things like that, almost all of them are just controlled opposition groups that are, and if there's any legitimate ones that people start to form, they'll infiltrate right away. Certainly with this stuff, with the targeting, it's so difficult to get a hold of any real people who this is happening to. Is the police here? I think, yeah, that's the cops there. Timing, watch how slow, yeah. So they're hoping they'll say something here. It's in there. Right as I get to the street here, you can see them there. There they go. Again, they're not doing any actual legitimate work as usual. There's a siren there too now. That siren. There it is, I'm coming home. Is it an ambulance maybe or something? Here? I can hear that, eh? What is it? Yeah. Let's see what it is. Take a look. It's probably maybe a fire truck. Yeah, this is right as I'm coming back here. Let's see. They don't usually use the fire trucks or ambulances as much here, though. I think it's just because it's, you know, they don't have the resources to do it as much here, but you can hear it's just here. Again, using the siren for that, because I'm right as I'm coming home. Yeah, I don't see it there. Yeah, they timed that just as I'm coming back. Hear it again now? They're turning it on again. So right as I come up there, a police car, and then you get, you're right, they're just driving around and around playing the sirens here. But if you take a look here, they might do some same time exit entry here today. I think they might. Not very often they do that stuff there though, and it stands out when they do it, so. I mean, here in Ottawa they do it a lot. It stands out when they do it here. Yeah, some little bit of footage there today.